Hello, guys. Welcome. Welcome to Shimmy Strength 2. So this is the segment where maybe you're a belly dancer and you'd like to work on some belly dance technique, but maybe you'd like to get a little bit stronger. So we incorporate just a little bit of gentle strength training along with our shimmies. So this is a great little mini workout when maybe you don't have a lot of time and you want to get a little bit of ab and core strength, upper body strength, along with practicing technique in your shimmies. So this is a great series. If you haven't done so already, I invite you to check out my Shimmy Strength number 1, where we work on the choo-choo shimmy. For Shimmy Strength 2, we are going to work on the hip shimmy. So a quick just mini tutorial before we get right into it. So the hip shimmy is slightly different than some shimmies. It is a shimmy that your feet are flat, and you don't really need to see my feet right now, but there they are. They're flat on the floor, and the move is initiated from the hips. So it looks kind of like your standard or Egyptian hip shimmy, but it is slightly different. For the Egyptian hip shimmy, most of the movement is, it originates and comes from the quadriceps and the knees bending and straightening, and it forms a tighter, more of a zigzag pattern through the body as everything vibrates. So for our hip shimmy, or some people like to call it also the sitting shimmy, it's seen in more folkloric styles, you're going to have a little bit deeper knee bend, it's a little bit looser, and it goes from side to side. You see a little bit more reverb through the glutes and the hips. So the knees are pretty much bent. They never straighten throughout. And this is a great one to do for cardio because A, it's a little more weighted, so it's a bit more challenging and gets the heart rate up. And B, it's a bit challenging to control. So a lot of times you might start out good and then it gets out of control. So I invite you as we go through to just really work on having a nice, smooth, loose hip shimmy, almost like you're sitting down. So we're going to be alternating a drill for about a minute or so of practicing that shimmy, and then we're going to have 3 rounds in between practicing that shimmy where we go to our yoga mat. So I invite you to roll out your mat if you have one. If you don't, no worries, just clear a space in your house, and then you're going to go over and we're going to be working with planks today. So for our planks, we're going to do 3 different variations of plank, and I'll show you the main version. So our plank here, as many of you may know, is where we're on the toes and on the hands, and our hips are in alignment with the top of the head, nice and straight. Now, if you want to, during this part of the segment, you may just hold your plank, pulling in those abs. This is already pretty intense for most people. You can also, if you have any wrist problems, you can come down to the knees for a modification or down to the forearms. Also, if you would like, you can always use a chair or the wall. I think you can see me, and come down here as well. As long as your hips are in alignment, you're good. So there's always something you can do. So from plank, you can hold your plank, or we're going to go through 3 different exercises. The first one is called knee taps. So from our plank of choice, you're going to tap the knee down, and I invite you to tap it towards your opposite armpit. So left knee will go to right armpit, right knee to left, and so on. This will really work our transverse abdominis and our core, so we'll do that. And we'll be doing a repetition, if we can, of 20 of each of these before we come up and do our exercises. The second plank series will be from our plank. This one's super fun. We're going to do a twisting shimmy. So we'll come into our plank, bottom stays down, and then we'll twist front and back. And you can make this slow or a little bit faster if you like. You can also, again, do this guy on the forearms. That's fine. And then our last plank segment, after we do that hip shimmy, again, we'll be getting up in between to work on that hip or sitting shimmy. We'll be coming into your plank of choice. And then keeping that bottom down, you're going to lift one leg up, other leg up, little leg lift. So don't let the butt come up. Keep it down and lift. And again, this is exactly the same. If you're down low, you're just going to lift and lift, trying to keep those abs and core engaged. So that is basically it. I'm going to put on some music for us. Just enjoy, do what you can. Remember, you can always leave the floor segment out and just keep practicing that nice hip sitting shimmy if you prefer. So let's enjoy. All right. So let's go ahead and start to practice that nice sitting shimmy. So nice deep knee bend. Good. And then your hands out, nice and relaxed upper body. This is all about the hips. And then when you're ready, just start to shake those hips. Your knees still are bending and straightening, but just a little bit. That move is initiated from the hips. See if you can make it a little slower and looser. A lot of times that's hard for people. If you'd like to here, once you feel you've gotten the hang of your shimmy, feel free to maybe add some arms of your choosing. You could do some chest, but really focus on those legs. Right away, if you're doing this correctly, you'll start to feel those quadriceps fire up. Your hip shimmy will start to get tighter as you get tired. Just make sure to breathe, yeah? Good. Let's do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job. Shake out your legs. We're going to go down for our first plank circuit. We're going to do that knee dips. So find your plank position of choice. Maybe you want to remain standing. That's fine. Once your hips are down, we go ahead, we tap our knees. Go ahead and find this for yourself. Once you're started, I'll go ahead and count. Here we go for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. You can come back to your knees and stretch it into a child's pose at any point. If you need a little break in between, take your time to come all the way up. No hurry. And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and begin again. Setting ourselves up, and then nice and loose. Sitting hip shimmy. So when I say sitting, see how bent my knees are this whole time. Very unlike some of the tighter shimmies. We keep it really low. Relax the upper body. Do your best. This one is tough to control. Take a break if you need to. And remember to breathe. Sit it down. Really working through those hips. Back and forth. Right? So if you're having trouble with the shimmy, slow it down, side to side, and then very gradually start to pick up the pace. Breathe. Good. Let's go. 4, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, let's go back to our plank for our round 2. You're doing great. This one's my favorite. Twisting shimmy in plank. So remember, you can do this from your forearms as well. Keep your abs in, bottom down, and begin. We're gonna go from side to side, really working the obliques, the transverse abdominis. Here we go. I'll count us down for 20, 20, 19, 18, 17, you're doing good. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! That was tricky. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling it already. It's amazing. So take your time to get up. We only have our last circuit. You can do it. So come on back up. Remember, you can do any little stretches, maybe shake out the wrists, anything you need in between. This is our last circuit, so give it your best. Bend those knees, and just like before, if you want to start slow, no problem. So those weeble wobble hips going side to side, keeping that nice deep knee bend like you're sitting down in that chair. Good. And then just play around with going faster. Give it your best. Here we go. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, do your best, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, good job. Last plank, you got this. Then we're going to stretch it out. Plank leg lifts are our last circuit. Go ahead and come on down. Keep those hips down. And then from here, we're going to lift our legs up and down, really contracting that glute, building strength in the low body. Are you ready? Here we go for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Remember, you can do this from forearms. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, guys. Open those knees wide. Stretch it back. Stretch the body forward. Take a minute, wiggle your fingers. Feel that nice stretch in the upper body. And now when you're ready, come to hands and knees. Let's just take a couple stretches. Cat and cow, arching the back up. Nice big inhale, exhale. Lower down. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good job, guys. Come to a neutral spine. Let's tuck up our toes, lift into a downward dog just to stretch the backs of the legs. And again, you can do this from upright, maybe with the hands against a chair or wall as well. Just take a minute to stretch. Stretch the backs of those legs. Walk your hands towards your legs. And then nice and slow, roll all the way up. Head. Last to come up, roll your shoulders back. Good job, you guys. Awesome. You've completed Shimmy Strength 2. Keep at it, keep practicing, stay strong. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.